Hey, what is up you guys, you Pixeled here, and welcome back to another speed build video on the channel. Now that feels weird to say because I took a pretty long break from YouTube. I took a month break, I think. And I gotta be honest, the break from YouTube was sort of unintentional. I didn't mean to take a break. It's just every time I sat at my desk, I didn't feel like doing anything. I didn't feel like editing videos. I didn't feel like recording videos. I didn't feel like building anything in The Sims. I didn't feel like playing any video games. I just wanted to lay down and watch Hulu all day. I don't know. Literally, this whole break that I took from YouTube, this 1 month break, all I've been doing is watching Hulu and Netflix, and pretty much that's all I've been doing. I don't know. I love making YouTube videos. I love building in The Sims. This is what I love doing. But sometimes, for some reason, I don't have the energy. And it's kind of frustrating because, you want to do the things you love to do, but for some reason, your body is just not having it. So yeah, that's why I took such a long break from YouTube. I don't know, every time I sat at my desk, I just didn't feel like doing much of anything. And there are certain games that I play on my own time, games that I don't record for the channel. Like, Call of Duties, I play a lot of multiplayer with my friends. I don't record that for the channel because, I don't know, I feel like it doesn't fit my channel. But yeah, I play a lot of games on my own time, and I didn't even feel like doing that. And yeah, I don't know. Anytime I sat at my desk, just didn't feel like doing anything. So I took a break from YouTube without even realizing it. But anyways, let's talk about this build a little bit. So as some of you may know, I have a cottage living let's play currently going on my channel, and the Sims in that let's play are in a very serious relationship. So I just wanted to prepare for the future if they were ever to get married. So I wanted to do a wedding venue. And I don't know, the world of cottage living, I forgot the name of it. It just felt appropriate to have one of those old school looking churches, and that's what I wanted to build. I actually kind of find it funny where I drew inspiration from. So when I was younger, when I was a teenager, I used to be a huge fan of the TV show Pretty Little Liars. I used to watch it all the time. I don't know, I was obsessed with that show for a very long time. Anyways, if you've watched that show, you know that one of the main sets, I guess, or like one of the main buildings that they're always in is a church in the middle of town, and it kind of looks like the one I built in The Sims. So that's where I kind of drew inspiration from, because I don't know, I've always liked the way that church looks. I don't know. So that's where I got my inspiration from. By the way, this build was a pain in my butt. I ended up cutting out so much of this video because I struggled so much. And the funny thing is, the church itself is actually pretty small, but I still struggled. I struggled so much because I didn't know how to do the seating arrangements. I didn't know if I wanted to use chairs or if I should use benches. And if I use chairs, how many chairs? If I use benches, how many benches? How far away the benches should be from one another? How much seating is too much? How little is too little? Do I want where the people get married to be up on a stage, or should it be level with the rest of the church? What kind of lighting should I use? What kind of color scheme? I struggled so much with this build. It was... I just thinking about it makes my brain hurt. I struggled so much, and I think I ended up going with a like white and gold theme, and I really like how this build turned out. But it was a struggle. It was definitely a struggle, especially for me since I've never been to a wedding in real life. I've only seen weddings in movies and TV shows. So yeah, I've never been to a wedding, which is kind of sad. Like, my aunt had a wedding a couple of years ago. She didn't invite me. She actually paid me to dog sit. So I was kind of upset because she texted me. She was like, "Hey, can I ask you something?" And I thought she was going to ask me if I wanted to come to the wedding. No. Since the wedding was out of town, she wanted me to dog sit. So I dog sitted. At least I got paid. I'm just upset that I wasn't invited, but it's fine. It's fine, I guess. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. The funny thing is, that wasn't the first time someone asked me to watch their dogs while they went away for a wedding. So I think it was either late 2017 or early 2018. One of my friends was going out of town to go to her cousin's wedding, and she asked me if I would like to dog sit. Luckily, I wasn't alone. My friend Clarissa tagged along. So we stayed at my friend's house for like 2 weeks watching her dogs. And yeah, it wasn't the first time someone asked me to dog sit while they went away for a wedding. But when I was watching my friend's house and her dogs, obviously, while she went away for a wedding, you guys are not going to imagine what happened. You guys will not imagine what happened. Her dog was pregnant. So we had to help her give birth because she was an older dog. So we had to help it give birth. And I was traumatized. I never have helped an animal give birth. And that was something else. That was something else. And one of the puppies didn't make it. So I was very traumatized because I was like holding a dead puppy in my hand and I didn't know what to do with it. I ended up burying it in her backyard, but it was a very stressful time because I thought dog sitting was going to be fun, especially since I'm doing it with my friend. And, it's just, two chihuahuas. It was just chill. No, she was giving birth in my hands and one of the puppies died. So it was a lot. The point is, I don't get invited to many weddings and I'm a little sour about that, but also my friend just got engaged, so that might be the first wedding that I go to, and I'm very excited about that. Speaking of my friend's engagement, I'm so excited for her because she's my best friend. I love her like a sister. She's literally like she's always been there for me, so I'm very excited for her. And I'm very close friends with her boyfriend, or should I say fiance? Yeah, I'm very close friends with her fiance. And the other day, he texted me on Snapchat. This was before he asked her to marry him. And he said, I'm going to send you something, but this stays between us. And I'm like, okay, sure. Because I didn't know what he was going to send me. And he sent me a picture of the engagement ring. And he said, do you think she's going to like this? And I'm like, dude, she's going to love it. And he asked her to marry him on her birthday. And I'm very excited for them because they just had a kid and now they're going to get married. And I'm very excited for them. Okay. She's literally my best friend. And I'm very excited to see her. I don't know. I'm very excited for them. Okay. And yeah, I think their wedding is going to be the first wedding I ever go to. So that's exciting. Now, I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself, and I know we're currently working on the interior of this build, but geez, I absolutely love the exterior of this build. I think it's one of my better exteriors I've ever done for any of my builds, because usually my landscaping is pretty basic. Not for this build, I went all out for this one. I added a lot of flowers, a lot of bushes, and there's a nice little gazebo outside, and there's also an area for you to get married outside if you want an outside wedding, but you could of course get married on the inside too. So there's two places in this church where you could get married, outside or inside. And I don't know, I really like what I did with the outside. I love what I did with the inside. I really like this build. By the way, just as a heads up, if you're going to download this build, the version you're currently watching me build and the version that is in the screenshots at the end of the video, they're slightly different. And if you download this build, you're going to get the version that's in the screenshots. And that's because, I don't know, for some reason, every time I build something and I think I'm done with it, I go into live mode to take the screenshots, right? But then that's when I get ideas. I don't know if it's because I'm eye level with the build, but that's when I get the best ideas. So the benches inside the church, they get swapped out for some normal chairs that I think really look good, look way better than the benches. And I do the same thing for the exterior. So in the exterior, I place down these concrete benches for, seating. And in the screenshots, I actually changed those for chairs. So yeah, there are certain little differences between the version you're seeing me build right now and the version in the screenshots. Like in the screenshots, I also add wall lighting. I think they're called sconces to the walls of the church because I just thought that was gonna look good, and it did. And yeah, so there are slight differences between the version of the build you're currently watching and the final version. Just letting you guys know, just in case you're going to download this. And the funny thing is, I actually do that a lot. Sometimes I build a suburban home, and when I'm ready to upload it to the gallery, I get a really good idea to add different flowers here, or change the wall of this bedroom, stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes when you download one of my builds off the gallery, it's slightly different than the one you saw on the YouTube video. And I feel like that's not good, because I feel like if you watch something, you want that version of the build. But sometimes I think the updated version that I actually upload to the gallery is better than the one you saw on the build. So I think it's a good trade-off. I don't know what I'm saying. The point is, sometimes I change things up a little bit before I upload things to the gallery. So yeah. But they're good changes. They're good changes. Especially in this build, I think I did some pretty decent and good changes, because yeah, the benches I currently use, they're not good. They're not good. They're not it. Just no. Anyways, here we are at the screenshots. As you can see, I actually tried making it look like there was a bell in the bell tower. I don't really think it looks like a bell, but you know what? Use your imagination. This is The Sims. Use your imagination, kids. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this speed build, because I really enjoyed working on this church. And I can't wait for my Sims to get married here, because this is really cute. But anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.